In this video, we're going to go over the 8 things I learned while running events for myself and clients and generating over $1.5 million from them. Hey guys, I'm Shafeen. I help coaches scale and grow their business online through running virtual events, right? And I've been doing this for a long time now, and I'm here to share all the secrets and tricks and trades that I've learned. And we're going to focus on 8 of them today, right now. Before I start, like you might be wondering, why should you listen to me and why am I qualified to talk anything about this? Like, I have been running events for so long that I've run events that have made $0. I've had clients who came in, did all the stuff, and it was the first ever event and they made $0. I've also had clients that came in, made an event, and they made over $1 million as well. Like this model, I've seen it at the worst and at its best. And I've been doing this for many, many years. I'm here to share with you the 8 things I've learned that have worked really well for me and for my clients. And I want you to copy that so you don't make the same mistakes I did when I was coming up in here. The first thing I learned is that it absolutely matters how well you know how to present and teach what you're there to teach. If you're someone who does not have the skill to how to present really well or teach what you're there to teach and help guide and command the room to do what you want them to do, then you're just not going to succeed with this model. And I don't want you guys to click away and step away right now and be like, oh, this is never going to work for me. There's a way to change that. I wasn't like this. I wasn't able to make sales from events before. It took me a lot of practice, a lot of runs, a lot of failures to be able to do what I do today. And I want you guys to be able to go through the same journey, but of course, a little bit faster by learning what I went through and what I learned from my mistakes, right? So make sure you get a lot of reps in and make sure you're able to go to Toastmaster events, practice as much as you can in front of other people. Make sure you get in front of the camera often and actually teach them, even if it's for free, because if you've never done it before, teach something in front of a camera, post it online. Just get used to doing this enough times so that you can do it so comfortably and you can focus on actually how to deliver the words you have to deliver, right? This model works really well with people who know how to deliver words in a specific way and a specific emotion and be able to command a room in a specific way. It's a very powerful skill, but it doesn't come easy. But here's the good news. Like once you invest the time to learn the skill, no one can ever take it away from you. You can use the skills in your personal life, but also your business life, professional life. If Facebook disappears, if Instagram disappears, if something happens to like internet everywhere, you still be able to go outside, get in front of people, actually speak and and scale the business you need to scale just by being able to do that. Okay. So make sure you invest the time you need to learn this skill and you need to be prepared before the first event. The second thing I learned, and this one was a hard one for me to grasp, is your preparation, at least in the beginning, is not going to match how much potential and money you're going to make from the outcome. What I mean by this is, for example, let's say you're starting out and you've done a few runs in Toastmasters, you're feeling confident enough, you made some videos online, you're confident enough to go and do your first event, right? So you're comfortable enough to do that now. And you launch everything's going and crickets happen, 2 people sign up, 1 person shows up, you make no sales. So when you see there's only 5 people signed up for your event, does that mean you only prepare as if you're going to speak in front of 5 people? That's what I used to think. Like, oh, if it's not that many people, I'm going to invest more time, try to get more people in the next event and just not give as much effort in this one. That's a wrong way of looking at it, right? I need you guys to put as much preparation into this as if you were speaking to 50 or 500 people, even 5,000 people. Put so much effort into this that by the time you actually have earned your way to be able to speak to 50, 500, 5,000 people, you're so fucking good. You're so fucking like amazing at what you do because you put in the reps in of being able to do 5,000 people speeches so many times before you got right? This is what's going to make you separated from all the other people who are never going to grow past that 15, 20, 30 people event because that's what they're preparing for. They're only preparing for 15, 30 people events. They're not preparing for 50, 500, 5,000 people events like you are. Okay. So your preparation in the beginning is going to outmatch your actual returns from it, but it is going to shift quickly if you actually do it right and enough times. Okay, the third thing I learned is that you will suck. Okay, like I know I've spoken of variations of this in the earlier 2 points, but I want to drill this down is that you can't expect to be good with your first few events. And I noticed because I once led a cohort of brand new people who had never run events before and helped them launch events. Some people made 2 grand, some people made 5 grand, but the majority made zero, right? And there were some people from the people who made zero that just gave up. They're like, oh, this is enough for me. I can't do this. This is a scam. Never gonna work. I'm gonna give up. Right. But there are people from that group of people who made zero that still continued and they went off to have their 2K day, 5K day, 10K day. Like it's absolutely important you understand that you're supposed to suck in the beginning, just like everyone else. Like Russell Brunson sucked, right? Tony Robbins, I haven't watched this early stuff, but I bet he sucked too when he first started. Peng Joon, you can actually see his first ever speech online. That's so bad. And look at how what he does now and how well he speaks online. Like it, you will suck in the beginning. Just put in the time. Don't give up and continue doing this so you get better over time and can make command more people over time and just grow your business that way. Okay, the fourth thing is that the fluff matters a lot. What is the fluff? Right. If you've been to any workshop before, there's a section in the beginning of the workshop where the person is just boasting about their own story, what they've accomplished, what hardships they've been through, and how they overcame it and learned what they're teaching you today. And some of them do it so bad that you get turned off and you're like, okay, I'm never going to do my events that way because that sucks. And I just, if I hate it, my customers will hate it too. So I'm never going to do that. But here's the thing, like the fluff matters so much to get your audience invested in you. It's just that the ones you've watched that turned you off, they just do it in a really, really bad way. Okay. So you need to do it in a good way because without this, your sales are going to suck so much as well. So the fluff matters a lot. And here's how to do it right. So this fluff part is not for you to boast, show off, and just show all the cars or all the money you have in your bank. That's not the point of this. The point of this fluff section is to share your journey that you've been on in such a unique way that makes them believe that, oh my God, he knows exactly what I'm feeling and exactly was where I am right now, so that if he can achieve what he's achieved, I'll be able to achieve it as well. Right? You want to be able to use word during your fluff section where you're talking about what was going through your head and you know exactly that what was going through your head then is going through their head right now. So that when you say it out loud, that's something that they have never said out loud before, but they've thought about millions of times. That just shifts the audience's perception of you so much. And they start trusting you so much and they start looking up to you as like this person that's going to help them overcome whatever they're going through. Right? For example, you can tell them about let's say you're teaching you're giving a make money online product and you're selling them, hey, like, I used to sleep in bed and I used to wonder that, if they can do it, so can I. And that used to keep me going so much. But deep down, I also didn't really believe it. Like I didn't really think I actually could do it. Maybe it would work for like 5 minutes and I'll actually believe that if they could do it, so can I. But after those 5 minutes, I had to remind myself over and over again because I keep on forgetting. I keep on thinking I just can't do it. You see what I mean? Like that's a common experience among so many different entrepreneurs, but no one puts those into words. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. And if you can find stuff that your audience is going through and able to put that into words, especially what they're thinking, if you say it out loud and they've never said it out loud before, but they can relate to it, you're going to change the way your rest of your event's going to run. They're going to pay more attention, be more invested, and actually take any action you tell them to take at the end of the event. Okay. Okay. For number 5, you have to sell upfront as much as you can. A lot of problems came during events that were not selling upfront anything at all except from a VIP package and a regular ticket package. They were waiting for the last 2 days to make any back-end sales at all because they thought that no one will ever buy their back-end sales because they're there to watch the event. They're going to be like, well, I want to go through it first before I buy. And there are a group of people who will want to go through your event first before they buy your back-end offer. But there's also a group of people who are hungry and ready to get the results they know you can get them. And I just want to buy, and they're just going through the event for the sake of being able to jump your offer. You'd be surprised by how many people there are in your community that are just like that. They just want giving the opportunity to buy because they believe they have to go through the event before they could purchase, right? There's also some people that don't know there is a back end offer. And as soon as they find out about it, they don't care about the event. They're like, screw that. I want to go straight to the back end offer. Right. So find a way to get in front of your customers before the event starts so much so you're able to sell this back-end offer, at least a small section of them, so you can start making some sales up front to remove some pressure from that finale day. Like the finale day can have so much pressure if you've made no sales up front, but if you've made some sales already, that helps you put some pressure off. And once you have some pressure off, you usually make more sales anyway. So it works really well hand in hand together. Some cool ways to sell up front is to book a call with all attendees. Like, hey, I want to jump on a call with you to see, to make sure what you're here to learn, I'm able to help you with and make sure I go over at the event. A really cool way to get a segue into, oh, that's what you want to learn. Well, I'm not going to go over at an event, but Here's my back end offer for $150 a week. I'm going to share exactly how to overcome that, this, and this. You want to join in? You'll be surprised by how many people just through that will buy. Another way you could do it is you could, every time a speaker, if you have speakers in your event, some events will have speakers. Every time a speaker is done, you can do a small launch of a bonus with that speaker. Like, hey, if you buy today for the next 1 hour, only for the next 1 hour will you get these bonuses from this speaker if you purchase. And then if you purchase today, you'll get all the bonuses of the future speakers as well. But if you don't purchase today and you buy a future bundle, you won't get this guy's bonuses. Like this is just a one-time today thing. So it makes the pressure high on them because they're like, oh shit, if they really like that speaker and they were able to garner influence with your audience, you can use that to make some sales on your end. Right. So that's a really cool way to do that as well. Number 6 is a short one, but it's probably one of the most important ones if you want to get a lot of conversion in the end. It's for you to get as many yeses as you can before you pitch. Okay. You want to get them in the habit of saying yes nonstop so that if once they get to the pitch, their body has gotten used to saying yes and they're that much more likely to say yes to your offer just because of that than no, because of them agreeing with you and getting into that mindset of being like, oh, yes. Oh, wow. Yes, I agree. For example, does that make sense? Wouldn't it be amazing if you got those results too? Wouldn't you feel amazing too if you hit that goal that John hit in just 6 weeks? I bet your kids would love it if they could have a home cooked meal every single day at school from you, wouldn't they? Did you see all the compliments Stefan got once he lost all that weight? Wouldn't you want all those compliments too? Questions like these is building up momentum and pressure for that final one and getting them into that feeling of saying yes and agreeing with you and being like, yes, I really want this. I really want to achieve this. And they want to stay consistent in that belief. Humans don't like change. And even in their mindset during this life, they don't like change either. So they're just that much more likely to say yes because you've built up this momentum of many yeses leading up to the big yes. All right. This is a little bit of like a Jedi trick, but all the speakers that are really top use this because it works really, really well. Okay, number 7, do not neglect the ads, even if you have an organic following, right? I took way too long to learn this secret because I think I could have just made my clients so much more money if I knew about this sooner. So just for context, like one of my best client, he made $1 million throughout the entirety of this campaign, but that campaign was run for a few months. Like it wasn't just a 1 week thing and he made million, but it was like a few months long evergreen event that we were pushing people to organically and he was selling and making that money. While I was doing that, I was seeing these posts from my colleagues who were making 100K days consistently every few weeks, every month. And I was just like going crazy. Like, how are they doing all that in a single day just from their organic following? Because they don't have that big of an organic following. And they were just running ads. They had a huge ad network, ad system of just sending traffic nonstop to their workshop that was just crushing it. And they were able to outspend all their competitors because their backend offer was converting so well, giving them so much cash flow, so they could spend so much money on the front end to get so many customers in. And I bet he stole so many customers from high clients too, because they were just able to pay more money to be in front of them more often to get their attention and get them to show up to the event. I bet if I had implemented this for my clients, they'd be able to beat them too. Right. So don't neglect ads. Ads work really well to get people to show up to your event, even if you have an organic following. It actually works really well combined together because that gives you an edge over the competitor or the person I was telling you about. They didn't have much of an organic following. All the traffic came from ads. Yours will be organic and ads. They'll be able to combine and make a much stronger 1-2 punch that way. Okay, for number 8, this is probably the most important one because if you cannot do this one right, then all your effort will go to vain. It's that it's harder to get people to show up for the event than it is for them to sign up for the event. Okay. With your sales page and your video on the sales page, you can get people excited that in the moment request and pay to get signed up for your event. But once they've signed up, there's like a 3, 4, 5 day pause between events, sometimes even 2 weeks, they can lose that momentum and excitement and just decide not to show up. And that happens way more than you think. Some of my clients, when before they sign up with me, they would have like 80% no-show rates. Only 20% of people who signed up would show up. And it's a big problem because if you're paying money or if you're spending so much effort organically to get 100 people to sign up and only 20 people are showing up, you're leaving so much money on the table. There's some non-negotiables you have to do for all your events. So making sure all your customers have a Google Calendar invite or Hotmail invite, whatever system they use, have an invite on their calendar from you, and you have multiple reminders set in 24 hours before, The morning of, 1 hour before, 10 minutes before, 1 minute before. Reminders, emails and calendar reminders and text so that they just have no way to forget that this is coming up. Okay. Another most important part is that once people sign up for an event, they'll be thinking about, oh, I'll be able to achieve that amazing goal by working with him. But once they're back in real life waiting for the event, there's going to be stuff that comes up, people that talk to them that throw them down and make them lose faith that they're able to do it. So you have to constantly remind them of why their false beliefs that they're thinking are just not true. That the false beliefs they have that you've had them before and you've overcome them. This is how you overcome them. So before the event leading up to it, it's so important that you're constantly reminding your customers why they have to show up because whatever they're feeling and thinking, you felt it too, and it was just not true because of X, Y, Z. Right? Just constantly breaking down these false beliefs every single day. If you can do it for multiple times a day, it's even better. But the more you do this, the more likely you have to have a higher show up rate because you're just giving them no opportunity to just negotiate their own selves out of showing up to the event because they now believe that they can achieve the goal that you're telling them they're going to achieve because of all the false beliefs or work that you do with it. And lastly, to help you make more people show up is to make sure you have a strong sense of community. Like community is a big, big focus point for everyone in 2025. And it's the same for events. If you don't have a community feeling around your event, then they're just showing up for like a TED talk where they don't know anyone and they're just here to learn some information and then leave. Maybe network and then leave. And if it's virtual, it's even harder to network. So you have to put so much effort and focus into setting up an environment of a community where people talk to each other, they're discussing each other, partnerships are getting made just because of you. And you being the center of it makes it so powerful that they're doing all this. It's just a psychological thing in their head that they value you and your work and your ideas that much more because of it. Right. So setting up a group chat just for that cohort of that group and then having a bigger group chat or bigger Facebook group of all the people who have ever gone to any of your workshops. That's a pretty smart way. You can have a Discord chat where you can set up milestone achievements so that as people achieve different goals by you from what you're teaching them, they can share there and you can then give them those milestones people can celebrate together as well. So make sure you have a strong community, host fireside chats with you before the workshop, talking about like just enjoying time with each other, talking about random stuff, even if it's busy, even if it's personal stuff, catching up with each other so that they feel a personal connection with you, so that they're just that much more likely to show up in the end. And the sooner you do this after they've opted in, the better because the less likely they have other outside world convincing them that they're not good enough to achieve the thing because you've then broken through that and you built a solid relationship with them before that all that's happened. So they're just more likely to trust you over the outside world connection and more likely to show up in the end. Okay, I know we went through a lot, and some of this were high level stuff. Some of this were like really small level, but really important things. I'm glad you watched till the end here. This is the end of the video. Please subscribe so you can watch more as I post these. But please comment below, like which one of this was your favorite? Which one of this that you already know? Which one of this was new to you? Anything else you'd add to this so I can maybe put in a future video? Let me know. Looking forward to reading those. Bye.